Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I am back. Playing some more Farming Simulator 25. Gonna do some baling today. It's a wee dark, but it is November, so it's gonna be a little bit dark. You'll see the new beast behind me. This is the John Deere 8R high horsepower from Agro Tonho. I don't know how you say it. Agro Tonho. It's in the mod hub. 630 something horsepower. Got the 540 model. You can do triples on the back. You can put the American flag on the top. If you didn't see the video from yesterday, I kind of showcased me purchasing this. It is a wee bit shiny. I don't know if the real life thing is this kind of chromy or not. I think it needs maybe some polishing. It's got like a lot of chrome around the trim and the lettering, but it's different. Alright, let's get this beast started up. I will say the lights on this are awesome. It's got lights for days. It's funny when I turn the beacons on that also turns the work lights on and off. It's pretty neat. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Twitchy. How's it going? So we're gonna do some baling today. Try to get our harbor store silos completely restocked. And then maybe get into selling some cotton. Got a lot of grass that needs to be baled. And then I think I was planning on doing the grass field over there in the northeast. I think what I'm going to do is just make the grass field right there to just the west of the farm. And that way it's just kind of a straight shot. I need to kind of redo that field anyway a little bit on the end down there, see if I can get it fixed up. But I'm probably going to be mowing it with the mower using the EV anyway, so it doesn't really matter on that field. So the other field, we'll put something else in it. I don't know what else, but we'll put something else in it. Good morning, Adam. Going good. We're baling. While I'm going on a straight shot here, I'm gonna open this up. Lots of neat stuff came out this week. We got this tractor. We got Pioneer seed, Pioneer branded seed. We got the New Holland baler. We just yesterday got the new Jeep Wrangler. I think that's from Hispano. I haven't tried it out yet. I have to wait until we make some moolah. I got a little bit of loan to pay back, and then we can kind of dive into the buying maybe another toy. I think there was a new Ford truck that came out too. Haven't tried that yet. I'm missing some. I didn't lock in my auto steers thing. Got the plow running, or a plow running over here on this field, plowing up where we had our cotton, and getting that ready to go. Gonna have to invest in a seeder, plant the grass, and then later get a grass roller. No Fuzzy this morning. Haven't seen Fuzzy yet. He may have had to work. Field is out there somewhere beneath the pale moonlight. I messaged him and kind of just inquired to make sure he was still alive. He's still alive. He's just, I guess he's busy with work and life and stuff. And old man went back to work, so he works I think the weekend mornings. It's like the song says, everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. But they are welcome to join anytime if they get to a point where they can join, or where their schedules change, or work changes, or the clock changes, or actually the clock, that may be coming soon, where we keep daylight savings time. Apparently they're trying to pass that nationwide here in America now, where we will have, from the way it sounds, they're going to keep daylight savings time. So they're going to stick with the way they changed it to, instead of going back to the original time. So I don't know. That's how I understood it. But it would be nice to not have to worry about changing your clock twice a year. I think there's some states that do it now. I don't know if they will be on the new time or what, if that passes. I don't know. It's been proposed, I think. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I said, it's alright. Well, the moon went down somewhere over there. Somewhere in that direction. Probably just behind the clouds. Speaking of suns, did you guys see the rocket explode? The video of the Blue Origin rocket exploding? Man, that was insane. I think that's, if not the largest, that might be one of the largest rocket explosions that has ever happened. And it might have been because it was at night, but man, it looked like a nuclear bomb going off. You could see it from Orlando, which is 50 miles away. Somebody took a video. They were landing, so they weren't really that high up in the air, but they were landing at Orlando International Airport, and they took a video of it outside the window, and you could see it from there. It looked like they were actually closer than 50 miles, but that was a huge explosion. It literally had a giant fireball mushroom cloud that lifted into the air. Yeah, I don't know what they're planning on going with. From the way it sounded to me, from what I read, it sounds like they're going to stay with the daylight savings time instead of sticking to the original non-daylight savings time. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll go back to the original. Maybe they'll stay with the daylights. I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's been talk about it before, but nothing, some states did it, but nothing ever, came to fruition with it nationwide. And they're talking about doing it nationwide, like doing it on the federal level. We'll see. I don't know. There's always talk, but it seems to be more serious now. Whatever they decide, I don't care. Just let's stick with something, You throw us all off changing the times. Yeah, you get an extra hour here and an hour less here, and let's pick something and stick with it, so that midnight in July is the same as midnight in December. Midnight in, whoa, here comes, speaking of the light, there's a light coming on there. That's the sun coming on. God just turned on the sunlight switch. Click. There's a screenshot right there. Got the American flag, America, and the sunrise on the Ronîda coast. But yeah, let's just pick something, and you know, the time, no matter what time of the year it is, if it's 7 a.m., it's 7 a.m. and it'll be the same all year round. I'm gonna eject these bells there, and then I'll go pick up these lines down here. And then off and on, I'm gonna stop and pick up bales because we don't want too many bales on the ground. I may actually stop after I finish this few strips over here on this west coast over here. West Coast represent unforgettable. Oh, 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 oh. California girl. Yes, Katy Perry, I know. But hey, it's a catchy song. Even though they got slammed with a huge copyright thing by the Beach Boys on that song. That copyright claim was so strong that I remember when they would play, that's back when they still played the music videos on TV, they actually cut out Snoop Dogg. Even on the radio, they were playing a version that cut out Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg's line, one of his lines in the song was like, I wish they all could be California girls, and that's a direct copyright from the Beach Boys song. So they completely made a non-copyright infringement version, radio version of the song, and that's what they played. They just completely cut out Snoop Dogg. I don't even know if he's in there in the radio version anymore. I did clear out a few more trees over here. I think I mowed on the other side of this. Yep, right there. I did notice that the hood on this is it's about like a 9R, kind of like the 9RT a little bit. It's not exactly the same, but it's wider, and I guess that accommodates for the larger engine. But the hood is definitely a little bit redesigned on this. You can really tell it from the front when you look at it. Not as slender as the other 8R. Go in and look at the in-game 8R. Look at the hood on that one. It's a little bit slenderer. So that's the in-game ADR. And then you go and look at this one. You can definitely tell it's wider. Just a wee bit wider. And again, it's got that kind of, I don't know, chrome trim around like the trim line areas, some of them, and the lettering. I don't think the in-game one has that. No, not that I can tell. I don't really see the chrome kind of trimming around that. But you can put triples on the rears. You can put the duals on the front. You can take the fenders off. It's got a bunch of flags. Lots of different Uruguay, Australia, UK, America, Portugal, maybe? There's a lot of them. I don't even remember the entire list, but there's a ton of flags you can put on this thing. Oh, see some more trees I need to get rid of. Oh man, now I want some gummy bears. There's gummy bears on a commercial over here. Alright, let me shut that off and I'm gonna get rid of these trees real quick. Just a small cluster of trees that are kind of in the way. Let's see. Get that, turn that on. What would really be cool, you know, the lumberjack mod is nice, but what would really be neat is if you could hire like an outside company to come in with a bulldozer and just like magically bulldoze the trees down and then they just disappear. That would be kind of cool. Or push them up in a pile and then you can burn them. I know there is a mod, and I think I actually have that mod, or I had it, and I never tried it out. There is one that came out that you can burn the brush, actually. I've never tried that. Need to go back and... I don't even know if I still have it. I might still have it, I don't know. Wonder what that's under. I don't know if I still have that or not. Probably under miscellaneous, if I still have it in here. Got a lot of stuff that I rarely use. What would that be under? Yeah, it may not be in here. Oh no, there it is. I think that's it right there. I think it's that. And I would have to go watch a video on how to use this. But I think it's that right there. You have to have that. It attaches to one of the excavators. I think you can cut it down and clear it, and there's some process to it, so again, I'd have to watch a tutorial. Maybe we'll look at that. Trees are gone. bucket. The bucket knocks the trees over, and there's a gas can you can place and enter it like a car, and you start the fire. Where's the gas can at? Is that under... Maybe that's under miscellaneous? Or is that, would that be maybe under... There's a basketball in here? I don't even know where the basketball came from, guys. I don't know. I don't know where that would be. If you enter it like a car, would it be under cars? I don't know. I'd have to look around and find it. Not in miscellaneous. Wonder if I could find it like under like mods. Is there a place where you can go and see all your downloaded mods? Yeah. I'm just assuming it looks like a gas can. I don't see it. Sometimes the mods show up, and sometimes they don't. If it's a third-party mod, it won't show up sometimes. And again, I'm just assuming it looks like a gas can. So... go to your mods installed and click the mod. Is that where I was at? I think that's where I was at. What's the brand name? Is it a lizard thing? Because I could go under lizard. Should be under land clearing mod. Oh, you mean the bucket? I did not look for the bucket. Oh, there it is. It's green. I was looking for a red one. It is under lizard, so going under lizard would have found it too. What is that under then? I think I could go back and like click on that. Wonder what category that's under then. It says fire. It's not under miscellaneous, and I just didn't see it because it's green. Where was that at? It was under that one. Not in there. Not under excavators. I think since it's involved with that one, it would be under one of these categories under forestry. Oh, there it is. Oh, there is a miscellaneous. Oh, you know what? The picture of the thing threw me off. So there is a miscellaneous under forestry. That's where it's at. It's where a lot of stuff's at. There's the gas can right there. Alright, we might have to take a look at that. I got a few trees over yonder that still need to come down. We might take a look at that. But we're gonna have to make some money before we do that, because I think we gotta have the, well, I know we gotta have the excavator to attach that to. How long does it take the trees to burn? Is it like real life? You're left with a pile of burnt logs and ashes. Wonder what all we're gonna get with this emergency bonus content. I guess would technically be a DLC, I don't know. But they announced that they're gonna have this big emergency extra content come out soon. It's not instant. That's good. See, now all we need is a marshmallow mod, a graham cracker mod, and well, we have chocolate, so technically you can make the chocolate in the game if you could have a chocolate bar, and then maybe a hot dog mod, and then we could roast hot dogs and make some delicious hot schmoes. Silage additive. Looks okay. I think I can maybe turn my lights off now. I got a little bit of sunlight. Saw where I think it was Hispano that's working on the Case of New Holland version of these front rake balers. He's working on the round balers and the big square balers. So I don't know if they're gonna. It looks like they probably are gonna go all to that pack. I think it was Hispano that's working on it. But it looks like they're all going to go into the pack. Let's see. Yeah, Hispano. He's working on those, working on the round balers. Don't know that we'll ever do the round baling. Maybe, but I don't know. The thing with the round bales is yeah, there's people that do round bales, but you get more out of the square balers. They're more efficient. Number one, you get larger bale sizes. Number two, you get the fact that they don't roll. If you're mowing or something on a hill like over yonder and you bale over there, your bales are going to roll, and here we can't afford to have our bales roll, especially because they'll roll off into the ocean. So it's nice to have the square bales that once you bale them, they have a higher capacity and they sit there. They're not going to roll around anywhere. Get these 3 lines done here, and then I'll pick up some bales. Matter of fact, I probably can go ahead and start up these. Go ahead and get the chaff and stuff going. I need to put some bales in that. That's number 5 right there. As long as they're all going and running and making silage, then we'll be good to go. Time is flying. Tomorrow is the last day of May. And then we'll be getting straight into June. And it's hard to believe that it feels like we just made the switch over to where days got longer and the nights got shorter. It's fixing to flip back around. The summer solstice, when is that? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. When is the summer solstice?
Summer solstice is on Sunday, June 21st, 2026.
June 21st. So as of Monday, that's literally going to be like 21 days away. The days that'll be the peak of the longer days. After that day, the days start getting shorter. And it starts, you know, the process of all downhill from there, really. I used to really look forward to that. Now that I'm older and the cold hurts everything, I still like the burr months, I still think that the second half of the year is my favorite. I think that fall is still my favorite season. It cools down. It's not as sweltering here in the deep south. And you have some nice, more crisper, drier, cooler temperatures for the most part. But it does begin the countdown of getting into the much colder months. And I think I like the warmer months better now. Just because of the fact that it's warmer. I'm not a fan of ice. I would be okay with snow in the month of December, no other time. Give me my nice, cool, dry fall, September, October, November days. And I'm saying spring ain't bad either. Spring is usually pretty good. Gonna have a warm Christmas. I'm there for it. They're having like a, what, an El Nino or something this year? Like one of the biggest El Ninos they've seen. Or maybe it'll be the biggest El Nino on record. Something like that. I don't remember exactly what they said, but they were making a big deal about it. Said it was gonna be a pretty big deal. Alright, I'm gonna stop that right there. I could go ahead and eject those out. Alright, then I'll shut that off and then I'll come back and work on that. Guys still plowing over here. Getting that done. I got this set up. I had this set up. I was gonna let Fuzzy, we were gonna divide and conquer. Put Fuzzy on the fence equipment and come over here and bale, because there's a ton to bale over here too. But I guess we'll work on that later. Pick up some of these bales over here. Almost got a full load. And I've got a full load. Wait for a few years and you'll know. I'm getting there. I know it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. With the cold air and the bones aching and all that. Do you own the whole map yet? I think there's still a few squares that we don't. Yeah, there's like 3 right there, and then there's some around the edges that we don't own. But yeah, we own a big good chunk of the map. A big chunk of the map. Yep. We'll probably be on this map for maybe another week. And then we'll probably move along. There's a lot of maps out there. I know a lot of people are looking forward to the Alma 4X. I think I'm looking forward to that one the most. I know it's probably going to be a while, but we'll explore all the other places out there. There's other maps that we can go to and take a look at. I think that's kind of what we've done. The longest one we've done, the longest area that we've done would be Judith Plains. I think we've got 100 videos in that playlist. That's the longest one. I think the rest of them have kind of been on average, with the exception of the Huron map, and that's, we almost dare not speak its name. Or the Kansas map. There's been some that have just been like one-time first look maps, but most of them kind of average around 20 episodes, 30 episodes, something like that. I think one might have been 50. If you guys have any ideas, I'm open to any ideas for, you know, really great maps. There's a map that you would like to see us play, something that you've thought about playing, or that you are playing, or have played, drop us some info. I know there's really a lot in the mod hub, in the in-game mod hub out there too, but there's some that are not in the mod hub that are really great maps as well. I know Gage, Kentucky was fun. Stevie's Riverbend and his Ringwood map was fun. Judith Plains was fun. Probably gonna forget some that were really fun, but I know they're out there. Handful. Huron County has 19. Yeah, we got close to 20 on that one. Kansas only has 2. Yeah, Kansas was... I think Kansas was a bigger headache than Huron was, even. Huron at least kind of somewhat halfway worked, and still until it started crashing on us all the time. We had suspicion that it was the Baylors. I don't think it was the Baylors. I think it was just the map. We had a lot going on the map. I think it's going to be another story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears, where, you know, one's just too big, some are too small, and some are just right. I think the 4X maps typically are the just rights. This Ronîda Island that we're on, there's a standard version and then there's the 4X version, and we're on the 4X version. You know what, I've got to, this is expanded capacity, so I've got to shift these over before I drop them. Otherwise, I'll be left with floating bales in the sky. I looked at maps that we've been to before at some point in the past. I've looked at some new maps that have come out that they look okay, but they're kind of, you know, just plain. They don't have that je ne sais quoi, and I don't know what that means, but I know it means quality or maybe content or something. Hey Siri, what does je ne sais quoi mean?
Here's an answer from Britannica.
I don't think that's right. Her answer was a giant sequoia, also called big tree, and a redwood. How did I say that? Did it sound like sequoia? Am I not saying it right? Hey Siri, what does the phrase je ne sais quoi mean?
Sequoia means
Nope.
a redwood tree, especially the
I'm not saying it. She's the one thing about Siri is she does not pick up on deep south dialect at all. What is it? Is that French? Je ne sais quoi? It sounds French. Hey Siri, what is the French phrase for quality?
In French, quality is qualité.
Oh, it's qualité. Never mind. Evening. I'm gonna guess you're probably across the pond from me there, but good morning here in America. Good evening there. How's the future? Does the future look okay? That's the biological name for the giant tree. We had some of those giant trees over on the Silver Run map. Sequoia. How do you even spell je ne sais quoi? I don't know. I can't. Siri can't do it. Let's see if I can. Oh, you're in Queensland. Okay. I don't know where that's at, but it's probably in the UK, I'm gonna assume. Je ne sais quoi. Is that how you spell it, Jeff? Alright, I gotta stop my tractor because I gotta type this in now. Siri's just not getting it. Jen. No, J. No, no. Say, I guess the S is silent on the end of that. Qua. Q-U-O-I. Meaning. There we go. Je ne sais quoi. I'm gonna see. Alright, let's see how it sounds according to Google.
Je ne sais quoi.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. It translates to I don't know what. What? I thought it meant like quality. I was way off. Oh wait, in English, okay, no. In English, it is used as a noun to describe an appealing, hard to define quality or a special something. So I was right. It does kind of mean quality in English. But I guess in French, it means I don't know what. So if you go to France and you say that this piece of pie is je ne sais quoi, you're going to be offending them maybe because that means I don't know what. But here in America, if you say it's je ne sais quoi, that means it's of a special quality. So, okay. That's what I thought it meant. I was going to say, it's going to be another one of those words that I've been using wrong my entire life, you know. Morning, Steven. How's it going? Yeah, if you read further down on that, it says it's a quality. It says it's a what did I say? Appealing, hard to define quality, or a special something that makes a special person, place, or thing attractive and distinct. A unique quality. Je ne sais quoi. Wonder why it means something different in English. Did we do that? Did America do that? We've done that a lot. So, you know how there's fish and chips, right? It's not in America when you say fish and chips. You think, well, maybe some catfish and some, Lay's potato chips, something like that. No. Fish and chips is fish and fries. Fries here we call either just fries or most of the time it's called French fries. So, not that the language is different, it's just that we've adjusted the meanings of stuff. Like football. Football here in America is not the same as football elsewhere in the world. Yeah, doing pretty good. We're picking up bales. I'm almost full. What was that song that had the French words in it? Ulu buku sheab, ulu buku she ale se wa says wa. I don't know. I don't know what the words are. Got like 4 different singers in it. I think there was a movie about it. It's actually, I think that's what they made the song for. Kimmy was here, she might know. Yep, if you came to America and asked for chips with your burger, you would be given probably a bag of chips. It might be potato chips, it might be corn chips, because we're big on potato chips, corn chips. So, like, corn chips would be like Fritos or Doritos or something like that. I know a lot of people are big on like sweet potato chips now. Morning, Scully. Yeah, pretty good start to the weekend. We're sitting here learning French. Well, we're learning what French means, and we're learning what English French means, and different translations of the English language. Moulin Rouge. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that sounds right. It had, I want to say it had Nicole Kidman in it, but I could be wrong. And then the singers were, I think Christina Aguilera was one of them, unfortunately. And then I think Pink was one of them. And I don't remember who the other ones were. Maybe Beyonce? She might have been one of them. And the only reason why I remember that Christina Aguilera was one of them is because when she sings, it's like she can't pick a note. I really, really dislike her version of Jingle Bells, especially. Because it's like, okay, Jingle Bells should be just jingle bells, jingle all the way. No. For Christina, it's jingle bells. No, pick a note. Okay, you gotta go with the original. In England, chips are called crisps. Cookies are biscuits, etc. Wow, cookies are biscuits? Yeah, if you wanted to So would you say cookies and gravy? Because here we eat biscuits and gravy. That's a pretty big thing, especially here in the deep south. How deep south are you? We have a restaurant that has bacon that has been deep fried in a batter, and then they serve it with a cup of gravy. So you dunk your deep fried bacon in the gravy, and that's what you eat. The song is called Lady Marmalade. Okay, Lady Marmalade, yeah. Yeah, that's part of the song. Yeah, Little Lady Marmalade. Christina Aguilera, Little Kim, Pink, and Maya. So not Beyonce. I was wrong on that one. I think I've got some more bills back that way. I'll have to go back and look. Yeah, let me go back and look. I think there's a few down there. You got 2 maps we might lack. Farming in Indiana. Waseca County, Minnesota. Okay. I will check those out. Fuzzy's gonna come back and we'll be done left the island and be like, what? Where'd we go? We got rescued off the island. We crashed the SS Minnow down there, and we finally got rescued off the island. It's kind of like I'm lost. The reason for the Indiana map is because it's close to my farm, and for the Waseca County, Minnesota, it's a good size map. Okay. What size are they? Are they 4X maps? I think that might be 2 maps that I haven't looked at. I think I've looked at every other map out there except those 2. I kind of like the Delta or the Delta South modding maps, but man, they make my computer really run. I think that's because of the level of detail on them. I think it would be another one of those situations where it does have some custom crops on them too, so it might be one of those situations where it's just too much for our puny PCs to run. Won't be long. I'm gonna have to start shopping for a new computer to run all the new stuff coming down the line. I'll get a new computer and let it sit in a box for 2 or 3 years, and then I'll get it out and set it up. That's what happened with this one. I still think this computer is a top of the line computer though. It's probably not considered that now, but it was at the time I purchased it. So it's still I think this is still a really nice, decent computer. I do love hearing the waves crash up over here though. That's kind of therapeutic. Kind of like you have a hard day, you come in and just start farming and you hear the waves crashing against the beach down there. All I really need is a fudge bar or a Snickers ice cream bar or a moo bar or something like that. Sit on the beach, get a drink with an umbrella in it. That's what I was going to look for at Walmart. I was going to see if they had any of the little umbrellas. Wonder where those would be. Probably back where the silverware is at, maybe? Like the plastic silverware? See if they have any of those little umbrellas. Wonder if I could take those to work. Good morning. He's getting full again. Oh, they're standard size maps? Okay. I'm not against standard size maps. Standard size maps, 4X, probably, maybe we've seen 8X maps before, but probably nothing bigger than those. Alright, gonna take a little detour, take a walk through the woods. Hope I don't hit a rock. Have you looked at the Australia map? I saw that one, but I haven't looked at it yet. Willow River and Nola Creek. Alright. If they're not there, try the party area. The party area. Does Walmart have a party area? Where would that be? See, that's how, you know, introverted I am. I didn't know Walmart had a party area. Oh, you mean like maybe like birthday supplies and stuff like that? Like over there, kind of where the gift cards are and the wrapping paper and stuff is? Gift bags and stuff? This trailer, let me get over here where I can put these in the thing and I'll show it to you. This is in the mod hub, in the in-game mod hub. This is the unrealistic expanded capacity. So it's an auto load trailer. You can do it with the realistic-ish capacity, or you can do the unrealistic capacity. This is the unrealistic capacity. So let me turn right here. Goes in that bale shed. Alright, so this trailer, it can be found different ways because it does different things. It falls under different categories. I'm using this as a bale trailer pickup, so I'm going to go under bale pickup trailers. It's under the Lizard brand name, but it's this one right here. It's the 40-foot flatbed auto-loading bale trailer. It has a ton of different options. You can use it as a standard flatbed if you want to use, you want to do everything, realistic. You can set it up for auto load. You can do the unrealistic auto load, which is what we've got. You can actually do a grain version. You can do, I guess, an unrealistic grain version. And even I think that's just changing the capacity of it. So you got a ton of different capacities you can do. You can do a log version of this trailer if you want to use it for logging. And then back to the flatbed. And then there's a ton of customization to it that you can also do. You can take the ramps off in the back, which is what we've done. You can haul vehicles on it if you want to do that. The wood on there is stainable. You turn it on to stainable, and then it has several different wood colors you can choose from. or custom colors if you want to use a custom color. So yeah, you can pretty much change the axles on it, the colors. You can do a gooseneck version of this one if you want. So let's see, where's that at? Yeah, here we go. So you can put a gooseneck on there. So if you have a truck that has the hitch on it, you can turn it into a gooseneck trailer. And again, this is available it's in the PC in-game mod hub at least. I don't know if it's on the console or not, but it is on the PC in-game mod hub. We've got 2 of them. Alright, where's that opening in the trees that I came through? Find my tracks out here. Not those. I think it was further down. Looking for my tracks. There's my other tractor. Plowing away. There's my tracks. So there is a rock out here. I gotta be careful around that. Not a rock, that's a boulder. Oh, is Willow River not released? Not released yet? Might be one to watch for. Pickup trucks or semi trucks? I think it's just under the trucks category. So you can use a semi truck for the gooseneck version if you want to. Or we have this one. This is the international truck, but it adds this option where you have the flatbed gooseneck ball hitch back there in the back. So you can attach it to that, and that's typically what we use that truck for. We don't have one of these on this map, though. We're just using the trailer hitch. But yeah, semi truck it will connect to the hitch on a semi truck. So if you got that one, for instance, it will hook up to the hitch back there. Pretty sure it'll hook up to that one. I know it'll hook up to one of these. I think it was this one we did it on. Trying to find where I left off at here. Oh, they're talking about two different maps. No, I have links turned off, so. And then I'll come back and bail this back here. And there's a ton to bail over there on the northeast side. I think I've bailed a lot of it. I think I did about half of that over there, but there's still a lot. A lot. The Australian map is Willow Creek by Hawks 23. Alright, I think I am caught up with the bales. Yeah, I'll definitely check out those maps. The Indiana ones got me kind of intrigued because, you know, Griffin, Indiana, that was a great map back in 22, was it? Or was it 19 when that first came out? I know it had some issues in the later game when it was re-released in the later game. I think it came out in 19 though. So with anything like that, oh, there are some bales down here. Look at that. I guess I bailed a little bit down here and then moved on. Moved back across the map. Still got a lot of bailing down here to do though. That's just a handful. Probably did some late night bailing and just never came back and got them. Yeah, there's a lot of maps, and especially recently, you know, that have come out that, you know, they're 4X maps, but they don't have a lot on them, and they're kind of, a lot of them are kind of plain. They just don't have a lot of like detail. I've said it before, you know, the maps based on real locations, I think those are probably my favorite because the attention to detail on those maps, it feels like you're there. So Gage, Kentucky, great example of that. Farms in Madison County from 19, great example of that. Griffin, Indiana, Alma, Missouri. Alma, Missouri, probably my favorite map from Farm Sim 22. And now that there's a 4X version being worked on, potentially my favorite for 25. We'll see. I like the fact that Celebuki incorporates extra stuff. Not only is it based on a real location, but it has the attention to the detail, but it also incorporates the new stuff into it. So like with the Iowa Plains view map that he made, he put in, you could do waffles, blueberry waffles, or was it waffles or pancakes? Maybe it was pancakes. Maybe blueberry pancakes. And then he brought over, like with Alma, he had the popcorn. You know, you could do the regular popcorn, the buttered popcorn. A lot of little extra stuff. You know, the pies and stuff like that. It's kind of nice to have that kind of extra stuff in there, and that helps give the map more character. Yeah, that's another one of the maps that I've looked at, was the Jones, Louisiana map. The problem with a lot of those maps is that it's really, you gotta have, I guess you gotta have a really good PC to run them. Nothing on it to make it, yeah. They did a, Daphne, something. They did a I can't say the name, Defiline, Arkansas. They did a Georgia map. I think they did a Mississippi map too. They did a Louisiana map. And I think they kind of go, you know, kind of big on the peanuts, because peanuts are on that map. But all of those maps just, I think they're just too much for my computer. And it's not that the content, it may just be the way, maybe the way it's optimized or something. I don't know. Could be the fact that I think those had maybe the row crop stuff on it too, the RCS. I think that kind of bogs down the system a little more. Did I say good morning, Tomcat? I don't know if I did, but good morning, Tomcat. There's your urn. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Bumped my butt and I was in another tractor. But just an FYI, I did buy a new tractor. I bought a smaller, this is the 700? Yeah. Fence 700 just to run the fertilizer spreader on the back. I got that tractor just for that job. Maybe some others, but mainly for the smaller jobs. Still need to fertilize the field too. But that field, since I decided I'm going to swap that around, that field can wait until we actually have some money. Which we should, because we're going to be selling cotton and sunflowers, I think, in February, March? I think it's February for the cotton. I'd have to double check on the sunflower, though. Sell sunflowers. Don't do sunflowers too much. Sunflowers looks like it might be February too. 14 round, kind of 1400, 67, 1500 ish. Might be the best price. So we're getting close. I know cotton is in February. Yeah. Cotton, you're looking for 2500. So that's one good thing about this map, is that there's only one place to sell stuff. Unless you add something in, there's only one sell point. So whatever the highest price gets to, whatever the highest price that it gets to at that one place, that's what you sell it at. You don't have to really shop around for places to sell stuff. Kind of makes it easier to decide when to sell. Just watch the one place, watch the one price, and you'll be good to go. All right, I got some bales over here too. Look at that. I know Celebuki requested anybody that had any pictures or stuff for Alma to send them to him so that he could build the new 4X map for Alma. I know somebody sent him a video, like a flyover video. I don't know if it was a drone video or what, but somebody sent him a flyover video, and I think that was really helpful. How far up the mountain did I mow? Apparently a little ways, because I'm still going. How far up did I mow? Guess I could bring that field over a little more there. Right? Oh yeah, I don't know what the official speed or what the in-game version of this 8R tractor will be, but the Agro Tonho mod version goes 37 versus the in-game and everybody else's 8R 32, 33. They really should up it if it does go that fast, because you know the fence they go 39. This would be a good place to bring that excavator back here and make a brush pile. Put out this little cluster of trees in front of that cave up there. Either here or over there. .31 to 37. Okay. So I guess this is kind of based on that, because this goes 37. A lot of customization with this. I will say that the only thing that I might change about it is that the only row crop tires that you can put on this are the Lizard brand. So Michelin's, Troborg, none of the other brands can you do the row crop configuration on it. If you want that, you got to do the Lizard tires. It would be pretty neat though to have more detail when it came to that kind of stuff. Like if you're gonna shop for tires, when you're deciding what to put on there, instead of just having it in the menu where you select the brand and then it just kind of, you know, puts it on there, it'd be nice to be able to go in and like see the tires, you know. I don't know, that's really more of a picky type thing, but kind of the thing that goes back to me wanting to have the more realistic type thing. And I will say this. Dence, is that how you say his name? I don't know. Dence, D-I-N-C-E. He's working on another tractor, the John Deere 7R, but he's got the 9RX that he put out, and it has the, you know, the IC stuff on it, and you can take out the filter on it. Thought that was pretty neat. Doesn't do exactly what I kind of was hoping for, like, and this is probably going to boil down to it just not being an in-game thing, but the maintenance side of things, like, you know, you have to repair your tractor, you know, and it would be nice to be able to change the air filter, the oil filter, battery, fuel filter, you know, whatever it's got. It'd be nice if that would be the part of the repair stuff that you would need to do. And you could do paint touch-ups if you wanted to later. Belts, chains, you know, bulbs, stuff like that. It'd just be really cool to have that option to do that. Last little pass right here. Did my plow guy finish? I need to move him over here then. And get started over here. me go move that plow. Not that one, that's the other one. There's the one. Alright, he's rolling. This is where I mowed and bailed up to, right there. I got all this cut and bailed all this up. This is just meadow grass out here. Plow. This is kind of the middle right here, so I'm going to go back down to this end and eventually start from this end and make my way from east to west. As you can see, I mowed a lot again. And these are some long rows. Just row after row after row after row after row. I mowed a lot. But I think I'm not going to do grass up here. I had been planning on putting this as a grass field, but I think I'm going to do something else up here. Maybe more corn or something for chaff. And then just use that other field for grass. So I'm going to leave this right here for now. And tab back over here. This Jeep, I didn't realize how small this Jeep was. It's very small. My knees, if I was any taller, I would not fit in this. This is like a go-kart or something. It's when I stand beside it especially, it's super small. I feel like a giant walking beside it. I don't know that the scale is right on this. It might not be. Maybe it is. I feel like it should be maybe just a little bit larger. I don't know. Maybe it is, but it fits under there. If it fits, it ships, right? All right, I'm gonna go in the house here. head back to the bedroom here. And I think we are going to go ahead and sleep. And then I'll come back and bale that other stuff up in the spring. And then hopefully we'll have some money to buy we need a cedar. What else did we need? We need the cedar. I guess a roller. And go from there. Alright. Probably gonna have to sell some silage here too. Because we do have the silage cooking. Check the sales. There's some good equipment there, but we don't need any of that. Check our fermenting silos. They're still cooking. Gonna need to put my coat on because it's getting into the winter months, starting to get a little chilly outside. Check the sales again. Again, not bad equipment. Let me change into my coat here. They're getting closer. What is it? It's December 1st now. Snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Better time to sing Let It Snow than the end of May, 1st of June. No, none of that. And yep, they're full. So let me go grab the trucks and we'll sell some silage. Doesn't really matter the price on it, unless it's like 212 or something. Then I might hold off. Oh look, snow. Let me actually go check it. Just for quality assurance purposes, we'll check the price of silage. Okay, so just the top one. So it's 218 right now. Which one do I want? I think I'm gonna go with the faint color. Really should probably park these in the big shed that I built over here. Doors on these two. Turn, truck, turn. Now these are all full, so I should be able just to fill up it one at a time. And I think I will get rid of that other truck. Because if I remember right, these take a minute to fill up. Snow is slick. Yeah, the other truck is only 50% full, so I guess this is a pretty good idea to at least get both trucks filling. So I've got 1.1 million out in loan. Payback. Money, money, money. got a little more. One truck is filling up now. I think number 5 needs to be emptied. Yep, number 5. So we got 2 more loads. Alright, so I should be able to start paying back some on that loan. Maybe pay it all back? Let's see, where is harvest income at? There we go. So does that update live? No, that does not update live. I'm looking right there. The only time the menu will update live is when it switches over to the next month. And 1.1. Tell you what, I'm just going to pay back 1 on it right now. Because we'll keep that 100,000 for month to month, day to day costs. Somebody asked me, you know, what all the stuff I wanted for Farming Simulator 28 would be. This right here. Fix this to where we don't have to do this. This is so tedious. Fix it to where we can put in a selected amount that we want to either borrow or pay back, and we can just set it and then hit a button and say pay. Not just sit there and, you know, I thought my days of rapid fire shooting with my thumb would be over. No, not until I played Farm Sim when I'm paying back a loan or taking out a loan. So it's worse paying back a loan. Because I think you do it a little slower and you don't do it as much when you're taking out a loan. All right, so we've got 100,000 in a loan, 100,000 in our pocket. Take this truck back up. Yeah, that would be, I would say that would be my number one thing for Farming Simulator 28. Fix that. Where we don't have to sit there and repeatedly, just ridiculously repeatedly pay back the loan or take out the loan. Make it a pre-selected amount. Put in a little thing in there where you can just pre-select it. You already do it when it comes to buying seed and fertilizer and what all other, you know, goods that you buy. Make it the same way with the loan. You can make it in different increments if you want to do $5,000 increments like you've got it. If you want to do, but well, technically no, it doesn't need to be an increment. It needs to be numbers, the actual numbers that you can select. But if you wanted to do it in, let's say you just wanted to pay back 5,000, you could go to that slot and select 5 and then pay 5,000. If you wanted to pay back 100,000, you can go to the 100,000 slot and just change that to 1 and then pay back. So seems like the better way to do it, if you ask me. Unless they incorporate some kind of voice thing on there, which I don't think they'll do. So, all right, how are we looking on these things? They've all got, I think, enough grass and chaff in them for now that we don't really have to worry about it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and sleep and try to get us closer to February. If we get into February, then we can really make some money. Closed door. We can sell cotton and we can sell our sunflowers. Alright, sales. Yeah, nothing really great. Plus we need to buy a seeder at some point. Alright, check our sales. Yeah, well, hey, that thing's on sale. I guess that's a sign. Would y'all take that as a sign that we need to do that with the trees back there? I think that's a sign. All right, how do I need to do this? So there's realistic. Well, that thing's seen better days as far as the paint job goes. There's realistic. There's unrealistic. What is the difference between that? Oh, the capacity. So wait, what does this do? Does this pick up the trees? I'm gonna go with unrealistic because I don't know how this works. I really should probably watch a tutorial on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy it so that we can mess around with this. Maybe we'll mess around with this tomorrow. Guess I need to go ahead and buy the gas can maybe too. Go back into that menu. Let's see, where was that at? That was under forestry miscellaneous. So it's literally a gas can. Can I tab into it? Nope. Can't tab into it. Let me go down here. You said you get into it like a car, right, Jeff? Oh, yeah, you do. Can I move? Please start the engine. Oh, gosh, it's a fire. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, so you... How do you move it? How do you move this? Is it one of those things, can you pick it up? Oh, you pick it up. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas, literally. So... You place this where you want to burn the trees. Cool. I'm learning. Maybe I won't need too much tutorial on that. Maybe we'll take a look at that later on today. Okay. We're gonna burn some trees up. We're gonna build a bonfire. I need to buy some more s'mores. And some ballpark hot dogs. Ballpark hot dogs are okay. I think... What is that other one that I usually get? It's either Nathan or the Hebrew hot dogs. Ballparks are okay though. They're not, none of them are really good for you, but as far as quality and taste, you know. Anything on sale? That would be a great one to have, but not here. Need a cedar. Really need a cedar to go on sale. Okay, we're out of grass there. We probably need to put more chaff in there. And probably more grass and everything. So actually I've got the one out there somewhere. Let me take what I've got in storage here. Get that first. Should go on this automatically. it's not. Oh, there we go. I guess the setting on that was kind of off. Now it should go on there automatically. There we go. Oh, not to knock those back. I didn't line it up right, I guess. I've gotten pretty good at lining it up right where they'll all fall in there. I'll do better next time. Be right on the edge of this square right here. Rectangle. Did you guys see the speaking of squares, you know the wrestling rings are square. Did you guys see the wrestling ring or the thing that they're building up there at the White House? Not the ballroom. They're building a UFC fighting thing up there for the events, America's 250th. So, I mean, what says America's 250th than a UFC fighting match at the White House? Right there. I mean, literally, they've got like a big arch thing. I guess that's going to hold the lights and stuff for it. And they're going to have a big UFC fighting match on the White House lawn. That's pretty funny to me. I could see, you know, fireworks. I could see, you know, the bands, maybe like a artist playing, or you know, the guys with the drums and the flutes, you know, playing Yankee Doodle. But a UFC fighting match, nothing says America. That doesn't say America, that says America. Yeah, you ought to look at the pictures. I'm sure they're out there. I know there's news sources that have them. I know Fox News had several different angle pictures of it on their socials. Are there any more bales in there? Yeah, there's a few more. Not much. Got bales sitting on the ground out there too, though, so. Let me go put these in one. Put these in number 3. Is that a full load? That is a wow. Magically, I had one full load left. Well, I guess it's not magically, because it makes sense that I'm taking full loads out of there, so. Let's see. Which one did I say? Number 3. Technically those are not out, but number 4 is out. So let me do that one. Yay, they all went in. Woo! Okay, let me go grab that other tractor with the bales on it. It's just about full. I'll run back down and get one more load. This should be a tractor's width, so we'll find out. Alright, so we put some in 4 already. What did I say? 3 and... Oh, we put some in 5 already. Yeah, so we've got some in 5. No, we did not. Which one did we put that in? We put that in 4. So we need to put some in 5 for sure. And then we need to put some in 3. You know what I might do? I'm gonna daisy chain these. These have that capability. I've just got to modify one of them. I'm gonna bring my welder out. And I'm gonna weld a hitch on the back of this thing here. So let me do that. Customize. Hopefully it won't change too much else. Trailer hitch. Yes. Let's see. Rear hitch pin. That's what we want. Make sure that that did not change anything else. And I don't think we had a plate on there. I don't think we had any plates on anything here. There's no plate laws here on the island. So alright. Now we'll grab the fence because it's faster. We will hook this up to that. There we go. Now I can haul double the load. Double the pleasure, double the fun. Woohoo! Gotta remember which trailer I'm on when I'm unloading and loading, I guess. So there's the. No, that's not the front. Wait a minute. Which. Okay, that's the tractor. That's the weights. That's got to be the front. No, that's the okay. That's the drawbar. So that's the second. That's the first trailer there, and then the rear one is the last trailer. Okay. I had to think about it for a second. Well, look at the God rays coming off of the trees in reverse. You'll be able to see them down here too. So they're literally coming from through the trees and shining down on the field. Look at that. Like beams of light coming through. Very majestic-ish. Aww. Aww. Oh, ooh, can't go that low. Will they be able to pull two trailers back? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out next week on Reading Rainbow. Butterfly in the sky. Nope. I can go twice as high. Take a look in a book, Reading Rainbow. Is that a bell? Looks like a bale. Yep. The only thing is these things don't turn too well when you have them daisy chained. I think that's why I haven't done it in the past. They don't turn sharp. You have to make wide turns. Can't see the bales. Sun's too bright. Maybe I should fill up the rear trailer first, because I cannot see hardly anything with these stacked like that. Well, I'm getting pretty full. 85, 86%. And I think that's all of them. Don't see any more. Alright, so we need some in number 1's okay, number 2's okay, we need some in number 3, 4's okay, we need some in, need to put the back trailer in number 5 and the front trailer in number 3. Alright, back trailer to number 5. This is number 5. Number 5 is alive. Only the cool kids will get that. Okay, and then we'll put this one in number 3. And I got close. Close. we're officially out of grass until we bale some more. Alright, I'll shut that off right there. I'm gonna grab just a truck, and we've got a lot of chaff back over here in the main silo. So we got that dialogue mod on, so the only thing we should show is sunflower and chaff. Yeah, that is a really handy little mod. That little dialogue mod, I can't remember the full name of it, but it's the silo dialogue, something like that. It only shows what you got in there when you go to fill, rather than having to tab through every single thing that you're probably not ever going to put in there, like snow and road salt and all that stuff. You can just download that handy little mod and go from there. Alright, I think it's time for a break time, so I'm going to let that fill up. That's going to take a minute to fill. And then we'll come back and put some chaff in the silos, and then we'll go on into February and sell some cotton and some sunflowers. So YouTube, you guys, thanks for watching. Catch the next video. We're going to try to make some more money in the next one. Until then, remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you later, YouTube. Bye.